Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to this non-fulfilling job and my never-ending madness. My name is, once again, I must state, you cannot say your name. You know what? It's Christmas. I'm trying to be nice to you. But if you keep telling me this, I'm going to go over there and slug you. Got it? Okay. Today, of course, we will be going over more Mech Armors, but for some reason all of these bear quite a resemblance to real-world food items. I don't know why, don't ask me. First, we'll be covering one that's not really a villain, like most of the ones I cover are. See, this one man was working for the Hershey's Kiss Company, and he was set up to do a series of PR stunts, hence involving Mech Armors. He was to build a series of Mech Armors that would be used for these intricate, light shows, I guess? Yes, I don't know, but apparently they were popular. But however, he was told not to do a Christmas one, for some reason that I again don't understand. That being said, he did a Christmas one anyway. And this one turned out to be the most popular one of them all. So, it went on for years, the same light show, involving flying drones that greatly resembled the Hershey's Kisses, and one red drone that would always purposely malfunction, and it brought joy to the audience every year, until 2018. And suddenly, some idiot decided that this glorious, nostalgic act should be replaced with something that was pretty much the same thing, except halfway through it was interrupted by another act. Why? What you already had was perfect. Why did you destroy it? Sorry. After his life's work was destroyed and cast aside, the man went on a bit of a rampage, using his own armor to destroy the rest of the armors he built, therefore leaving his shows pretty much the only option. Now, he probably would have been put in jail for this, mostly because property damage, but luckily, most of the jury was on his side, because they also missed the old nostalgic commercial, as did all the fans, as did I. They needed to bring it back. Sir, are you crying? No! I'm just sweating out of my eyes. Okay, I'm better. Anyway, eventually the show got back on track, and, well, pretty much that went down in history. He got away scot-free due to the jury being on his side and the media all agreeing with him, and we still have the act to this day. Unless they decide to stupidly replace it again, like they always. Okay, I'm going to be honest here. I did not do this much research for the next armor. I legitimately do not know that much about it. So, instead, I'm going to tell you the tale of the time that I had to fight this armor. So, if you don't know, at the agency where I work, we all get our own sort of Mech Armors. They're mostly good. They can do some weird Transformers stuff. Might show you guys one day. But anyway. And then we get sent to go hunt down other people illegally using Mech Armors. Now some might say it's a bit hypocritical for an agency to hunt down people using Mech Armors, and I would agree. Anyway, sorry, got off topic. So one time we were sent in to this one guy. He really stuck out in a crowd, considering his suit was mostly red, white, and pink. Actually, it wasn't. It was literally just all bright red, white, and pink. They were very bright colors and not very stealthy. So we were sent in to deal with it. So then we were tasked with hunting down the Candy Cane Killer. The Candy Cane Killer, we don't really know his backstory. He didn't even talk when we interrogated him. But what we do know is that his mech armor was fairly rudimentary, barely even qualifying as a mech armor. It didn't do anything insane like fly or shoot lasers or anything like that. It was more of a regular armor that just happened to have some mechanical elements. Specifically, one mechanical element, which was that the two claws on the right arm went in and out. They were retractable. Other than that, it wasn't really that much. It's mechanical, and barely even qualifies as mech armor. However, I will give this man credit. He did have himself some legitimate fighting skill. His main weapon was this weird candy cane bow staff spear thing, and I legitimately had a fun fight with that. If you watched the last video, you know that it's often not very fun to actually fight people in mech armors, because most of the time it's just one EMP and there you go. Oh, but this time, since it didn't run off electricity, and the guy could actually fight without it, it was a fun fight. I will give this... Okay, so this next one is probably one of my best stories. It's somewhat a mech armor under technicality, but it'll make more sense when I explain it. So basically, this man was building a mech armor. Whether he was building it for himself or for a client, I do not know. By the way, he was building a mech armor, and suddenly it came to life. Now you might be questioning, how does a mech armor just come to life? Well, current theory is that the AI he put into the mech armor took over the mech armor itself, and, he'll use it to get away. Or it could be magic. Who frickin' knows? Anyway. So, either way, mech armor comes to life. The AI takes over the mech, and it decides to immediately run away. It didn't seem to be destroying that much property or doing anything intentionally. That being said, a mech armor just running through the streets, or more like flying through the streets, it would still get on our radar, so we went to go do this. And chase down the mech armor. Luckily enough, there was already a gang of people chasing after the mech armor, but they were useless. The mech armor's speed was faster than any mech armor I'd ever seen before. They were all chasing after it, and the AI apparently had a bit of a sarcasm to it, as it kept on talking and taunting them, saying, "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread mech." Anyway, eventually, I cornered it, and I told him that basically, he was on a continent, and the whole thing's surrounded by water. And the thing about mech armors is A, they can't fly for ridiculously long, and B, if they get into water, they kind of die, because electricity, etc. So then, I offered to use my own mech armor to fly him to a nearby island. And he accepted, and I immediately captured him. Yes, I managed to trick him into giving himself up. So, I was then given a promotion, I think. I don't know, this job's not really that much better, to be honest. My main theory is that the rest of them kind of got jealous after that one. And so they transferred me here. And I still chase after mech armors occasionally, but now I'm also doing these stupid files. Either way, one more to go. Now, if you remember a few months back, we had one particular incident revolving a weird train mech armor kidnapping kids and taking them to a factory in the North Pole using drugged hot chocolate. You can see the video later. But either way, during that incident, we happened to find a leak to another mech armor that happened to be associated with this one. And, you see, one time there was a rundown hot chocolate factory that had been shut down due to financial bankruptcy. And this one guy wasn't having it. He had devoted his life to the art of hot chocolate. And decided that he was going to continue that art, whether or not it was legal or not. So, he decided to use the factory and build a hot chocolate mech armor. Now, at first, you wouldn't think a hot chocolate mech armor would actually do anything. Well, turns out it could. Firstly, it could... Have you ever had boiling hot liquid just splashed onto you? I have. It sucks. And that's basically this thing's whole thing. It could splash hot liquid all over your body. Also, it had different types of hot chocolate, along with the usual marshmallow, caramel, peppermint flavored. Some of it was also poisoned, which was how we made the connection between this guy and the Polar Express mech. But other than that, there's not that much to say about it. It's a bit more durable than other armors, but also, we managed to defeat it by cutting one of its I honestly don't realize what they're called. They're like, it's those weird those weird tube things that deliver the hot chocolate to the gun. We cut one of those, and that pretty much cut his supply of hot chocolate from being able to shoot at us. Then, after that, we just took him into custody from there. Again, quick EMP, all that stuff. Well, Merry Christmas, I guess. I'm gonna go not get fired.